there was reports, A$AP Rocky had said that A$AP Rocky allegedly pulled out a gun, shot the gun grazed them, the bullet grazed them, whatever. So that is finally headed to court. They'll actually be in court today, Tuesday. And the judge has already said, like, look, I don't care who he is. We are going to make sure that this is done fair. This is done the right way. We're going to move swiftly to get a jury. And then once the jury happens, they're going to start going down, the whole case.
Are they legally married anywhere?
I don't know. But certainly they're common law husband and wife.
If they're legally married anywhere, there's no common law marriage that's recognized in California.
Call what you want. I don't, whatever.
If they are legally married anywhere, she will be his wife.
Okay.
If they are not legally married anywhere, she is his significant other.
Okay.
One thing I want to point out, in the beginning of all of this, Joseph Tacopina was his attorney. People are pointing out the similarities that was Trump's former attorney.
Yep.
Y'all remember Trump was trying to help A$AP when A$AP was A$AP Rocky, it's two A$APs, was over in Sweden?
I think he was in Sweden, yeah.
Yeah, and he was stuck over there.
He was detained for a minute.
People were like, okay, well, if something does happen, at least, President Trump he's an A$AP Rocky fan.
Oh gosh! Our boy Rocky is neck deep in legal drama, and here's the most shocking part. It looks like he might be trying to use Rihanna as his get out of jail free card. You know how for years we've all been wondering if these two secretly tied the knot? Remember all those little breadcrumbs they kept dropping? It seemed so romantic at the time, right? Well, hold on to your seats because this tea is about to get scalding. It turns out A$AP might have been playing us all along. Picture this. He's in court, facing some serious charges, and suddenly the truth comes tumbling out. All those sweet little marriage hints, they weren't exactly what they seemed. When the judge brought it up in court, Rocky had no choice but to come clean about his relationship status. And darlings, you won't believe what happened next. The real question on everyone's minds right now is, would A$AP really stoop so low as to use our Queen Riri to dodge prison time? And honey, let me tell you all about it. Now, let me break down this mess for you because it's wild. A$AP Rocky is looking at 24 years behind bars. Yes, you heard that right, 24 years. He's facing 2 felony counts of assault with a semi-automatic firearm, and the story behind this is absolutely shocking. Let's rewind to 2021, because this drama has been brewing for a while. Picture this. It's November 6th, near some fancy Hollywood hotel, when things went completely sideways between Rocky and his childhood friend, Terrell Efron. Now, word on the street is these two had been beefing for a while, but that night, things got real. We're talking 3 or 4 shots fired. Can you even? Poor Efron got injured, but honey, he was smart about it. You won't believe what he did. He actually picked up those shell casings and took them straight to the police 2 days later. Talk about receipts. But here's where it gets even juicier. When the police did their investigation, they couldn't find any fingerprints on those 9mm casings. And when they searched for the gun, absolutely nothing. But darlings, there was surveillance footage, and let me tell you about what they found during that 2023 hearing. The footage showed this mysterious figure in a hooded sweatshirt. You couldn't see their face, but they were holding what looked like a gun. Then there's another shot showing the person's face, but conveniently, no gun in sight. A detective testified that they're convinced it was Rocky. And honestly, the plot just keeps thickening. Now, Rocky's lawyer, Joe Tacopina, who is absolutely serving legal drama, hasn't decided if Rocky will take the stand. But listen to what he said about our boy. He's very articulate, very intelligent, a good human being. I mean, is he setting the stage or what? The tea about the actual shooting is a bit murky. Some say the bullet just grazed the victim. Others swear Efron got shot in the hand. But after 2 whole years of waiting, this case is finally having its day in court. And darlings, Rocky pleaded not guilty. His lawyer Joe seemed so confident, saying, "We're ready to go." He even mentioned how this has been hanging over Rocky, Rihanna, and their families' heads. Like, way to bring Rihanna into it, right?
The defendant or who his, is it his girlfriend?
His wife.
How
I think it's his common law wife, Your Honor. They have 2 children together, so
So I should characterize it as common law wife?
or just wife. It's fine. However you like, but yes, they're
No,
not. I mean, they're common law husband and wife.
I'll
They
call
live
her
together.
whatever you want me to call her. You want wife? Okay.
Your Honor, I think if they're not legally married, we prefer that she not be referred to as his wife and that she's just referred to as a significant other or mother of his children.
Are they legally married anywhere?
I don't know, but
Or
certainly
if they're
they're
legally
common law
married-
husband and wife.
If they're legally married anywhere,
Now this is where things get absolutely scandalous. During the preliminary hearing on January 22, 2025, the judge, Mark S. Arnold, decided to stir the pot by bringing up Rocky and Rihanna's relationship status. And honey, the courtroom drama that ensued. Picture this. Rocky's attorney tries to pull a fast one by calling Rihanna his common law wife. I mean, the nerve. But the state's lawyers weren't having any of it. They clapped back saying if there's no legal marriage certificate, then let's call it what it is. She's either his significant other or the mother of his children. Period. After all that back and forth drama, the judge laid down the law. Rihanna can only be called Rocky's wife if they're actually married. Otherwise, she's just his significant other. Thank you very much. But here's the real reason everyone's losing their minds over this marriage status situation. It's all about that juicy spousal privilege. Let me break this down for you because it is everything. If Rihanna and Rocky are legally married, she literally can't be forced to spill any tea about the incident in court. Can you believe it? That's like having a get-out-of-jail-free card with Rihanna's name on it. Some fans are convinced we're about to get a surprise wedding announcement any day now, but hold up. Others are saying it might not even matter. One super smart fan dropped some serious legal knowledge in the comments. And honestly, it's fascinating. Get this. There are two types of marital privilege. Yes, two. First, there's this thing called marital communications privilege, where you don't have to share any private conversations that happen during the marriage. Then there's the spousal testimony privilege, where you can't be forced to testify against your spouse about anything that went down during the marriage. But here's the gag. In some places, this spousal testimony privilege applies to things that happen before the marriage too. And in some areas, one spouse can completely block the other from testifying against them. I mean, talk about relationship goals. Am I right? Of course, there are exceptions. Like if they're suing each other, awkward. But basically, in many states, spouses just can't testify against each other, period. And even if they have evidence of private conversations without someone to explain what they mean, it's basically useless. Like, did Rihanna send that text, or was it one of her assistants? What did she mean by that thing? Without testimony, nobody knows. A fan who really knows their legal stuff pointed out something super interesting. Even if Rocky and Riri aren't married yet, just calling her his wife could affect how the jury sees things. They might take what a wife says differently than what a girlfriend or baby mama might say. They might think a wife is confused or doesn't have the whole story. Or maybe they'll just brush off conversations between spouses as not being serious. But here's the thing. This all depends on whether Rihanna and Rocky actually tied the knot. And honey, that's the million-dollar question that no one seems to have the answer to. They've been together since 2020, and while public records say they're not married, these two have been playing with our emotions, dropping hints like it's their job. Remember that Spotify concert at Cannes Lions Festival in 2023? Rocky had everyone shook when he called a pregnant Rihanna his wife right there in the crowd.
This song to my beautiful wife in the motherfucking building. Free. Yeah. Follow world shit. I love her too.
And that wasn't even the half of it. Remember those stunning Met Gala photos where Rihanna was serving absolute perfection in that white Valentino dress, while Rocky was rocking that Gucci suit with a mini dress and jeans? The photos were everything, but it was Rihanna's caption that sent fans into a frenzy. Greetings from the bridal party. I mean, the audacity. But wait, there's more. Rocky really stirred the pot with his track Riot Rowdy Pipe with Fell in 2023. Those lyrics had everyone talking, my wife is erotic, I'm smoking exotic, and my whip is exotic, my crib is a cottage. We all knew he was talking about Rihanna, and if you thought that was something, let's talk about that 2022 DMB music video. They literally acted out an entire wedding proposal and ceremony. The way they've been playing with our emotions, I can't even. But here's where things get messy, and I mean messy. Rocky's got some skeletons in his closet that might make Rihanna think twice about making things official. Let's talk about his, bedroom history. This man has been surprisingly open about his, let's call it an addiction, shall we? He straight up admitted, I've been an S addict for some time. These are things that people stay away from and they don't like to admit. I can't be embarrassed about it. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I don't do nothing that I'm not proud of. And darlings, when I tell you he spilled all the tea about his private life, he even told Esquire about his custom-designed $10,000 bed made specifically for his wild parties. The stories he shared about his past are absolutely shocking. We're talking middle school adventures that I can't even repeat. But that's not all. There have been whispers about loyalty issues too. Remember that drama in 2022 when fashion influencer Louis Pisano dropped that bomb about Rocky allegedly cheating with shoe designer Amina Muaddi? The internet nearly broke. Though those allegations were shut down later, the damage was done. And then there's the whole colorist controversy that had everyone up in arms. In that infamous Couture interview, Rocky really put his foot in his mouth talking about red lipstick only working on fair-skinned girls. The backlash was intense, and his attempt to clean up the mess? Oh honey, he just made it worse. Going on about how sensitive black women are and trying to defend himself by saying he looks at his black self in the mirror every day. I mean, really? Let's not forget his previous run-in with the law in Sweden back in 2019. Donald Trump of all people got involved in bringing him home. And get this, Rocky's current lawyer used to work for Trump. Some people think this connection might help him avoid jail time, especially with Trump potentially returning to office.
But one thing I want to point out, in the beginning of all of this, Joseph Tacopina was his attorney. People were pointing out the similarities that was Trump's former attorney.
Yep.
Y'all remember Trump was trying to help ASAP when ASAP was ASAP Rocky, it's two ASAPs, was over in, was it Sweden?
I think he was in Sweden, yeah.
Yeah, he was stuck over
He
there.
was detained for a bit.
People were like, okay, well, if something does happen, at least, you know, President Trump he's an ASAP Rocky fan.
But here's the reality check. Trump can't pardon Rocky if he's convicted in this case. Right now, everyone's eyes are on Rocky's marriage status, especially after the judge brought it up. Rihanna is basically the queen holding all the cards in this trial, and some fans are convinced Rocky's just using her to dodge jail time. The big question on everyone's mind, will Rihanna show up in court? Rocky's lawyers are being super cagey about it, only saying that Rocky is very protective of her and doesn't want her anywhere near the proceedings. But remember what they called her, common law wife, which legally means she can't get out of testifying if the judge calls her to the stand. Whatever Rihanna might say on that stand could make or break this case. The million-dollar questions remain. Is Rocky really just using Rihanna to stay out of prison? And is our girl Riri actually okay with all of this drama? I mean, can you even imagine what's going through Rihanna's mind right now? And how will Rocky play his cards? This whole situation is serving courtroom drama realness, and honey, we are here for every single moment of it. Stay tuned, because this tea is far from over.